3 barks, and then you're dead. The harbinger of death, Cu Sith, has spoken. Part of Scottish folklore, the Cu Sith, a fairy dog, is said to make its home in the rocks of the Highlands with its human hand-sized paws. It wanders the moor and highlands looking for those about to die. The Cu Sith is said to have dark green fur. The Cu Sith is similar to other Irish and Welsh mythical dogs, except those dogs have black fur. Most recently, the idea of a spectral dog has made its way into popular culture due to J.K. Rowling and her creation of the Grimm in the Harry Potter universe. The Cu Sith's green fur is due to the Scottish idea of fairy creatures being green because of their magic. Hunting silently, the Cu Sith was said to steal nursing women to take them back to the fairy mound to provide milk for the fae who lived there. As the Cu Sith was said to be the size of a bull, it is no wonder it was able to carry around women and scare men to death. My story involves the Cu Sith on a hunt for another beast. Waiting, the Cu Sith blended into its mossy green highland cave. It watched the humans pass by with their loud metal fire-bringers. They had seen it and were on the hunt. The white stag. It had been a while since the Cu Sith had tried to hunt the white stag. Would it be fun? These humans are more dangerous than they used to be. They might accidentally hurt him. Many fae had fallen to the fire-bringers. The Cu Sith growled, feeling anticipation and excitement. Could it survive this hunt? It stood up. Humans had been killed by him for centuries. If it was their time to die, so be it. If it was their time to kill him, so be it. The Cu Sith shook its emerald green fur, coloring the air with its fayness. An afterimage of the hound remained as it launched itself out of its lair and into the rocky highlands. Using its huge paws, the beast grasped the rocky ledge, climbing from one to the next. They wanted to see which direction the humans were headed. This was going to be a race against them, along with the hunt. Its heart beat steadily as it climbed, filling its veins with blood and magic. Climbing faster and faster, reaching the top of its domain, the Cu Sith looked down. It saw the band of humans, like small ants making their way around his homeland. Good. It would take them hours, and from what the Cu Sith could gather, they were heading into the forest. Why? Unicorns liked the forest. The white stag liked to run around, free in meadows and hide in small groves of trees. Were the humans confused about what they were hunting? Could be. The Cu Sith didn't like hunting unicorns. They were too smart, and they didn't like to run like the stag did. He huffed. Well, there goes a fun hunt. He padded down the mountain, back towards his cave. Reaching his cave, the Cu Sith settled down for a nap. 2 hours later, he was awoken from his nap by a loud bang. The Cu Sith shot out of its cave, ready to fight in the open, but nothing was there. He climbed up once more and looked out into the night. Smelling the wind, the Cu Sith could smell mist, grass, and humans. He growled in realization. The humans were hunting him, not any forest dweller. Those fools. What were they shooting at? He shook his fur, holding the fey realm into himself, making his fur as dark as the night. He growled, shaking the mountain. Why did these humans think they could take on the bringer of death? Or did they not believe the legends? A big wolf would make a nice trophy, but the Cu Sith was more than merely a wolf. Darkness bled from him as he moved down the Darkness bled from him as he moved down the highlands. The darkness bled into the night, creating a night that no natural eye could pierce. The Cu Sith followed the human stench down to a ledge. Impressive! They had made it a meter off the ground. They whispered in fear to themselves. They did not know why they could not see. Or he should say, most did not know. One had guessed that the legend was true and was feeling around on the ground, trying to get to the ledge, where they could climb down and run away. Perfect! The Cu Sith barked once. The humans looked around twice. The bark reverberated on the highland, making it difficult for the humans to know where it came from. One human raised its gun. Thrice. The humans who believed in the faith. Thrice. The human who believed in the faith screamed. A gun was fired, and a man died. The fairy dog chuckled to itself as it backed away from the 3 remaining humans. He would let them rest the night before he took any more. The next morning brought a dark gray sky to the world. The Cu Sith had talked to the clouds, and they had been willing to play along. The fresh green of the Cu Sith clashed with the entire world. Shouldn't he give them a chance? He approached the campsite from above. 2 were left. It looked like one had run away in the night when they had the chance. That was no fair. The Cu Sith wagged its tail and sat, listening to the humans talk about how they were going to capture the monstrous wolf dog that the village talked about. Oh, they were foreigners. Unoriginal foreigners, it seemed. They discussed separating, decided it was stupid, and finally decided they would climb until they could find something. Didn't they know he was the size of a bull and could hide inside the mountain? He was basically a part of the mountain. Did they really want to catch him? They didn't even have meat to lure him towards them. That would have worked with a normal dog at least. They still didn't believe the Cu Sith was abnormal. How sad. They might have had a chance if they believed that. The humans waited until noon before leaving their camps. Apparently they were not used to clouds without rain, and had been waiting under cover for the clouds to pass. The Cu Sith watched the humans begin to climb. It moved with them, digging a hole in the wall and taking a nap as they figured out how to climb to the next level. By sunset, the Cu Sith was tired of the humans taking so long to reach the top. So it dug to the very top of the highland and waited for them to reach the spot. It was the only spot they could get up to after all. The Cu Sith had made it so. The humans reached the spot as night fell, so the Cu Sith waited for the humans to enjoy their last meal. The Cu Sith attacked just as the humans were laying down to sleep. And that was that. The Cu Sith walked away unscathed and 2 more mortals had been dealt with. Right? That is what the Cu Sith had planned. Unfortunately, the Cu Sith had not been listening. Shoulder in our mouth, the Cu Sith was about to finish off 1 human, when the 3rd missing human appeared. The man aimed its firebringer at Cu Sith and brought fire down upon him. The Cu Sith let out a whimper as the bullet grazed them. They had reacted as fast as they could, but those damn weapons were so fast. They had crushed the shoulder of the man before letting him go. They eyed him, thinking about finishing him off, but their partner did not give them a chance. They had raised their own gun and was aiming it at Cu Sith. The bull-sized dog growled at the man and the human hesitated. So the Cu Sith pounced, jumping over the human with a gun. They turned in midair and attacked the fire wielder before he could turn around and fire. He died in an instant. Now there were 2 humans left. A click and a bang interrupted the Cu Sith's joy over the victory, as the man who had previously used the fire stick used it again. The Cu Sith was hit in the shoulder. It recoiled in pain and whimpered. Looking up at the human who had shot them, the Cu Sith barked 3 times. The human collapsed, dead. looking at the last human, the Cu Sith saw how pathetic these creatures truly were. Sure, one had hurt him, but this one was no threat. It was the size of a child to them, and half of its body was broken. The fairy dog walked over to the human and breathed on him, knocking it out and healing the life-threatening wounds. With that done, the Cu Sith picked up the damaged human and transported him to the nearest village. One human would survive, as a reminder to other foreigners that you do not threaten the Cu Sith.